I want nothing more than to hold my baby in my arms and keep her from harm. But there's much that has to be done. And I want to say, tell Angie that I love her.
Poor John Voight he's trying to connect with his daughter in some way and see his grandson and be a part of that. And she's saying, no, 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 I don't want that.
In August, Jolie released statements saying she didn't want to publicize the reasons for her bad relationship with her father, but that she didn't think it was healthy to be around him now that she had her son. The following month, Angelina legally changed her last name from Voight to Jolie.
I don't have a relationship with my father. You know, wish I did. To have in your life, but I think if you don't have one, you don't, and that's okay too, and I don't.
Jolie concentrated on raising Maddox.
I feel he has made me a woman. He's also just made life so much more beautiful, and everything has more meaning, and I want the world for him, and so I suddenly think about the future, and I think about life in such a very different than I used to.
Coming up, Miss.
He's a really great actor, and he's a really good guy.
By May 2003, Angelina Jolie had some serious man trouble. She divorced Billy Bob Thornton and wasn't talking to her dad, John Voight. One special guy didn't let Jolie down. Her 21-month-old son, Maddox.
The greatest joy I've ever had. I would trade everything in my life for him. Oh my God, in a second.
The 28-year-old single mom also continued working with the United Nations.
She's traveled all over the world on behalf of people that are struggling to get out of terrible problems. Maybe they're refugees or hungry people or people with illnesses, and Angelina Jolie has been there. She's been connecting with those people, bringing their message to the world.
I think if any one of us went to one of those countries and really saw what the world, you know, this is not the real world, and this is such a tiny percentage of what life really is like. So I think if you go to those places, it just changes you forever. You can't help it.
One thing remained the same: Angelina's commitment to acting. In August 2003, she signed on for Mr. and Mrs. Smith, an action comedy about a hitman and hitwoman married to each other. Brad Pitt was on board to play Mr. Smith. But first, Jolie suited up for the historical biopic Alexander. The film also featured Colin Farrell and one very impressive extra.
I had to spend days just walking around with a python on my neck, and just kind of, at first I was walking around the lot like this, and I didn't want to, you know, and, you know, 2 days later I was able to put him on my lap, throw him around, sit him on my shoulder, and we became friends.
They are like people. You can love them for years, feed them, nurture them, but still, they can turn on you.
The Emperor Alexander conquered the world, and there were reports Jolie conquered Farrell.
She's an incredible actor, and she inhabited this role with such vigor and with such strength and such clarity.
She was playing Colin Farrell's mother, even though she was only a year older than Colin, and they were rumored to have a romance.
She's even said, I tend to fall for, you know, my co-stars. What can I do?
In January 2004, production began on Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Jolie reportedly pulled down $20 million to play a deadly assassin, and she enjoyed a bonus: her partner in crime, Brad Pitt.
He's a really great actor, and he's a really good guy.
There was plenty of speculation that Pitt and Jolie weren't just playing at being in love.
Pretty much as soon as they started filming, the rumors about the chemistry between Angelina and Brad started. They were seen holding hands off set.
Jolie and Pitt both denied a romance. Meanwhile, Brad's 4-year marriage to Jennifer Aniston was reportedly over.
Soon after New Year's 2005, Brad and Jennifer Aniston announced their separation. Almost right away, people started to talk and speculate whether or not their breakup had anything to do with the relationship between Brad and Angelina.
W magazine did a spread of the two of them in the magazine, so it's like this, got a lot of attention and made it worldwide.
When Jennifer saw the photos of Brad and Angelina in W, she was shocked. She suggested that Brad might be missing a sensitivity chip.
In March 2005, Aniston filed for divorce. Angelina prepped for another trip to Africa. That May, days before her 30th birthday, Jolie and Dr. Jeffrey Sachs visited Sari, Kenya.
We were working in what we call millennium villages, places where the strategy of fighting poverty is being put to real effect. So instead of just talking, it's doing, it's proving, it's showing what can be accomplished. Angelina immediately connected with the people in the village.
Angelina returned to the States in time for the premiere of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. The opening weekend box office totaled more than $50 million. But the big story was Angelina and Brad. The pair continued to deny rumors of a relationship.
She's reticent about having men get close to Maddox. That's why when we see her with Maddox together with Brad Pitt, it seems very striking.
Then, in July 2005, more speculation. Pitt accompanied Jolie to Ethiopia on a special mission.
The baby girl, she named Zahara.
We've seen the kids on on magazine articles, and you see the children, and you see them playing with Angie, and then you see these smiles that come forth. Of course, that's the proof that these lives are being translated. She's given a breath of hope and life to these young ones.
John hopes that one day he can repair the broken relationship with his daughter and become a doting grandpa. Whatever happens with her famous father, Angelina Jolie continues to evolve from knife-wielding bad mother and goodwill ambassador. It's been quite a ride so far.
Where she's taken herself now is equally unusual but extraordinary. And I think it's, in a lot of ways, I hope she's a role model for a lot of young women.
She's got an aura. She just has this other persona, this aura, that very special people are gifted with. You have it or you don't.
When Angelina Jolie speaks, the world listens, and it's absolutely wonderful what she's saying and how the world is responding.
Angie's done so many remarkable things in a very short time in her life. I'm proud of her, what she's accomplished thus far. I take a lesson from her in the way that she goes ahead and does things. She accomplishes so much.
I've set some crazy examples and I've done some wild things, and I've always been very honest in my life, but I hope that I'm also doing some good things with my life.